so I guess you could say I got laid, huh?
Yeah, I suppose to. And we're back. Welcome to part 2 of the All Things Fun Vidcast. I'm Allison Eckel here with Glenn Walker.
You.
Ed Evans is in the building, but he's frantically trying to
In
receive
the house.
all the wonderful books out today, Wednesday, September 28th. And we said segment 1 was all about DC Comics.
DC.
Yes, and we have more from DC Comics, but we're going to start elsewhere.
There are other companies out there. They're Marvel. I'm
away.
going to start off with, what do I always start off with? Avengers, but I'm going to start off with my new favorite Avengers book.
That's a cool cover.
Secret Avengers. Yes, it is an awesome cover. And it's orange.
I like orange.
Which I think Stan Lee had a theory back in the 60s that orange should not be a cover for comic books. It was not a good cover. And I'm looking, Secret Avengers is orange.
It's an awesome cover.
Firestorm is orange.
Firestorm is orange.
And
Blackhawks is orange.
And notably, the bestseller
Dark Knight is orange.
of what? The year? Justice League #1, orange cover.
Orange.
Well,
it's September. It's almost October. It's an orange.
I gotta say, Secret Avengers #17 rocks.
Orange.
It's Warren Ellis. Warren Ellis is rocking the house with Secret Avengers. It is great. We've got New Avengers 16.1 jumping on point with fabulous Neil Adams art. And yes, I'm being very sarcastic.
That's not what you said earlier.
It
looks cool.
It's not his best work. I mean, it's good art, but it's like if Picasso drew you a stick figure on a napkin.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Not his best work, but jumping on point for New Avengers. Speaking of Avengers, we got the Ultimate, Jonathan Hickman. This #2 makes a little more sense than #1, so I'm liking it a little more. #1 was a jumble. Other Avengers, we've got the Mighty Thor #6, Galactus versus Odin. Awesome, with the Silver Surfer in there. FF #9. I'm waiting to see the FF, actually. I'm waiting to see what's on the cover, but if you open it up, it's not bad, but it's another Inhuman story. When are we going to get the Fantastic Four or the Fantastic Three? When are we going to see Doom join the evil Reeds? When are we going to see some actual FF story? Speaking of comics that aren't what they're supposed to be, Black Panther, Most Dangerous Man Alive, number 523.1, jumping on point.
He's ready for a reboot. 523.
No idea who the Black Panther is anymore. You page through the book, you look at it and go, who are these guys? I don't know.
That looked like Commissioner Gordon.
Is Commissioner Gordon the new Black Panther?
No, like he was talking to a guy in shadow on a rooftop.
I've got Annihilator's Earthfall, #1. Amnet and Lanning are back, bringing the Annihilation crew to Earth. Beta Ray Bill, Quasar, Gladiator, all those guys, bringing it home and facing the Avengers.
Okay.
And of course, Ultimate Comics, all new Spider-Man #2. Bendis giving us a look at Miles Morales. A lot of Miles Morales. We get to know the character very well. We just don't get any Spider-Man, which was kind of disappointing.
No, I guess he's trying to have us all know the character the way we know Peter Parker.
Yeah, he's trying to cover up for that lame origin. That's what it is.
Okay, speaking of Spider-Man.
But it's good.
Segue. Speaking of Spider-Man, we have 3 books linking into Spider Island. We have Amazing Spider-Man, Spider Island Part 4. This is J. Jonah Jameson. Looks like he has spider powers, right?
Everybody's got spider powers.
So, including the guy with the $1 million haircut. Whatever. Right. Flat Top himself has spider powers. There's a whole bunch of other...
See, I just watched Oz, and I can't get over J.K. Simmons playing J. Jonah Jameson, so I've got a block there.
And Herc. This is Spider Island Herc.
Hercules.
#8 and Venom. This is Spider
Is it
Island
Venom
tie-in.
or anti-Venom?
I don't know. It says Venom
It's
#7.
Rick Remender action.
Okay.
With the new Venom.
Spider Island tie-in. So that's continuing. Awesomeness. This is Astonishing X-Men with a lot of teeth and a little baby dragon with a gun.
Lucky.
Okay.
Lucky the Dragon.
That looks cool. And this...
Did you want to talk about Brilliant?
Sure.
Brilliant is supposed to be one of the prizes this week.
This is Brilliant #1 by Bendis and Bagley, which I said those names and everybody went, ooh. So I'm sorry that I don't get how cool that is.
Bendis is like Marvel's Jeff Johns.
Okay.
Bendis is the guy.
You know his name is on like half the stuff here that's not DC.
Bendis probably makes more than Quesada.
Okay. He also has, where is it? That's not it. Where's Castle? Here it is. Also in Bendis we have Castle.
Oh, I didn't know that was Bendis writing that.
Yes, Brian Michael Bendis,
Rockin.
right? Yeah. This is, if you watch the TV show Castle, the character is a novelist. This is a graphic novel about the novelist's characters. So how's that for fiction and non-fiction? So there's that is out today. But Brilliant, #1. Creator-owned comic. It says it's published by Icon. This
which is a Marvel imprint.
Okay. Was really interesting. It's an origin, so we're getting to know the characters, and thankfully they have names next to the people we need to know. Although I'm not sure if this guy in the beginning is the same as the guy in the end, because I think once they introduce them, they stop using names. I'm not quite sure about that. But it's a lot of introduction to these characters and some things they go on, and by the end of the book you find out the real hook of what's going on here. Opens with action, lots of talking in the middle. You discover the real hook in the bottom, and then at the end, and then you want to know from #2 what's going on. What I can't get past is the fact that there's like an entire printing signature worth of letter column in the back when there's no letters yet.
Okay.
I don't get that.
DC Girl, if we've learned anything about Bendis over the last few weeks, what is it he likes to do?
He likes to read himself, right?
He likes to talk, yes. So of course you've got 3 or 4 pages of text in the back.
I thought you could use all of that page and have another action sequence.
Well, what that started with was Powers.
Okay.
The Powers letter column is one of the most entertaining things you could read, sometimes even more entertaining than the book itself. And that's where it comes from. That's Bendis's interaction with the readers.
It's an entire 12-page
he's
signature.
very good at. Yeah. But he's very good at it.
All right. I'll try #2. But I won't read an entire 12-page signature of not even letter columns.
Okay.
I won't read it. That's
All
just
right.
not okay. All right. So anyway, Brilliant, #1. I'm going to try it.
We've got DC left.
We do! Oh my goodness. Okay. I Vampire.
I Vampire. If you like red and you like gray, you will love
red?
I Vampire. What?
Oh, the story red.
Other
the
than
color red.
Yes. Other than my problem with the colors in this book, it is actually a very scary vampire story. I liked it.
Okay. The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Everybody gets out of Arkham again.
Revolving door. Just do compass when you need it.
Again, this isn't really a #1. This is a continuation of Dave Finch's Dark Knight series.
Okay.
It's kind of like what we got with, what's the other one that's continuing? Batman Inc. Same thing.
Yeah.
And Batwoman.
Right. New Guardians. Green Lantern, New Guardians. We've seen this cover now teased for a little while. They're all reaching for their different colored rings. Is there anything interesting in here? Tony Bedard?
I didn't see anything.
Okay, well, I'm excited to read this. I didn't get a chance to read it before we
It's
went
Kyle.
on.
Kyle fans.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's on there.
Yeah.
I'm a Kyle fan.
Okay, well, you got 2
Okay,
others.
so anyway.
Speaking of Kyle, you've got Voodoo.
Why is that speaking of Kyle?
It's Ron Mars. Ron Mars created Kyle.
Oh, okay. That was a crazy segue. Okay, Voodoo.
And whenever I see the name Ron Mars and I see women's breasts,
Okay.
I know something bad's coming.
So those of you who were a little disgruntled about Corey, Starfire, and Catwoman and what happened with Amanda Waller, you're not going to like this book. Those of you who like to go to strip clubs, you're going to feel really at home with this book, because this entire book is a strip club and a couple lap dances, a big monster, and then it's over.
And
That's
the opening
all
page
there
is our pinup cover.
I'm not going to open the page because there are kids who watch this.
There are kids.
Don't open it.
I gotta say, it's well written. Which
Are there words?
For Ron Mars is
Just
a compliment.
flip it and you'll get a dance. That's really all there is.
You know what?
It's a lot of underwear, a lot of really interestingly endowed women in a strip club, dancing, lap dance.
You're
Big
just
shot of a
selling it to
monster,
me, guys. You're
little
just
bit of
selling it.
blood. I know, and they're all going to buy it.
No. I gotta say, I have no interest in the Wildstorm characters.
Yeah.
Okay? They hooked me with Stormwatch, and I'm willing to see number 2. And that's despite everything bad we've said about it. I'm willing to read number 2.
I guess my complaint with it is there's really nothing here in this issue. They spent a lot of time drawing a lot of girls in a strip club when there was really like 3 pages of interesting story to hook me into number 2.
I think it's distracting that the women are drawn really well. But there is a story there. There's a story here. I put this in the same. Calm down. I put this in the same category as Resurrection Man and Grifter, as in characters I had no interest in whatsoever.
But there was a ton of story in those books.
There's a story here.
And a reason to pay the money to buy them.
It's a setup to a payoff.
Okay.
But the payoff is enough to make me go, I want to see number 2.
For me, I think 3/4 of the book is wasted on eye candy I can't appreciate. How about that? For just a few pages of story to hook me into the character. So for me, as maybe it's just because I'm a woman, so I don't, and I'm a woman who doesn't particularly care to look at that stuff. I would be just as reactionary to this, I think, if it were 3/4 of the book was gory torture scene that had only 3 pages of story.
Well, that's not what drew me in, despite what you might think. That's not what drew me into this. But I'm more interested in Voodoo number 2 than I am in New Guardians number 2, Dark Knight number 2, I Vampire number 2, and especially Teen Titans number 2.
Now, I didn't have a problem with this because I like teenage hero stories. That's something I like to read, about how they're grappling with their new powers and how they fit in. We have young heroes who are untested, don't know what they're doing. And we have Red Robin, who is trying to find them and bring them in, while a clandestine, sinister organization is also trying to find them and bring them in. So there's a little bit of a race. And it's the organization we saw in Superboy that nowhere.
I had more interest in this book in the 1-2 page spread where they were looking at all the teenage heroes that were out there.
And trying to figure out who's that.
But the thing is, the ones I wanted to see were just in that 2-page spread. They were not in the book.
And they're not, and they're on the cover, but not in the book. Some of them are on the cover. So that's another sort of slow burn. It's set up the overall story way over, and then we'll see that unfold. I like this one. Glenn didn't. I didn't like Voodoo. Glenn did. There you go.
We're running out of time.
We're almost done. We've got Hero Clix.
Hero Clix, Superman, including Flashpoint figures. We have
really quick.
Star Trek, Fleet Captains.
Game. We've got
a million trades.
Emma trade from Marvel. True Blood trade.
Ultimate
Sigil.
Death of Spider-Man. Green Lantern Corps, Brightest Day.
And Dungeons and Dragons Forgotten Realms Classics.
Kevin Smith.
Really quick.
Batman. Avengers Prime. Irredeemable Mark Waid.
JLA Grant Morrison.
Thor Reborn Ultimates.
Batman Brave and the Bold trade.
And Tales from Wonderland. And that's it. Check the website, allthingsfun.net. Check the blogs. Check the Facebook.
And we'll see you next week.